I'm super lucky to be on this allotment site. Just to be able to have the space to plant in the soil and have your hands in the soil, there's no feeling like it. Let's go see what wild food we can find in April. While foraging can be super fun and rewarding, you do need to be careful. Always do your own research and be 100% sure of your identification before you eat anything. Down here we've got some Primrose, and this is probably one that you're very, very familiar with as gardeners, but did you know that you can actually eat it as well? So Primrose leaf is quite a good substitute for lettuce. Got a very, very mild flavour, and they've got a nice crunchy bite to them as well. And you can eat the flowers as well. The flowers have got a very, very mild flavour, and they're really great to be candied and added as like a cake decoration. So this primrose here is surrounded by my big old wild garlic patch that's just spread from the woodlands over there. And I've just let that keep growing over the past few years, and it's spread and spread, and now I've got a really good patch that I don't even have to go into the forest to harvest my wild garlic anymore. I just do it all from my garden. Garlic is super easy to harvest. It's literally just like picking a flower. But I would suggest only harvesting maybe 2 or 3 leaves from each plant, and that's really just for sustainability, so it keeps coming back each and every year. And I love to use wild garlic for lots of different things. I've got a stock of this in my freezer, and I love to use it for pestos, for pasta sauces, and I chop it up and put it on basically anything. Once the flower buds start growing, I love to harvest those and pickle them as well. And that lasts all year, and it's my favourite pizza topping to have. So you will likely smell wild garlic long before you see it. It's got a really, really strong garlicky onion scent, and it's really easy to identify. It's got this spear-shaped leaf with a little pointed tip and one main midrib vein running down the middle. But you do need to be careful when you're harvesting wild garlic because it does have a couple of toxic lookalikes. So down here, you might not be able to see, but we've got a tiny little leaf coming through. This here is Lords and Ladies. People can often confuse this because as it's coming through, when the young shoots are coming through, it can look quite superficially similar to wild garlic, but you just need to pick it and smell it, and you'll notice that it hasn't got that garlicky smell. Another telltale sign is this split at the bottom of the leaf. So you can see it's got kind of like a fishtail. Wild garlic won't have this split in the leaf. So Lords and Ladies contains oxalic crystals, which can irritate your mouth and your insides, so it's not recommended that you eat this. Another great spot to go foraging is right next to my bathtub. And just down here, I've got a really common plant that you'll likely be aware of as a gardener. It loves to grow anywhere that's got bare soil. This is hairy bitter cress. It's really easily identifiable because it's got these quite long leaves with opposing leaflets. But it's not really hairy or bitter at all. It's actually really, really delicious, and it tastes quite similar to cress. I love to use it in egg mayonnaise sandwiches and just anywhere where you would use cress or spinach, really. It's got a very slight mustardy sort of flavour to it. And later on in the spring, it'll have tiny little white flowers. Delicious.